I used to cook eggs the same way for years, until I discovered 4 simple methods that completely changed how they tasted and felt. Hi friends, I'm Nancy. Today, I want to show you 4 different ways to cook eggs that are gentle, easy, and much more enjoyable than the usual method. No complicated steps, no fancy tools, just simple changes that can make a big difference. Let's get started. Let's start with a breakfast idea that feels almost too easy, yet works beautifully, making a soft, fluffy omelette right in a glass jar using the microwave, with no pan at all. This method is perfect for mornings when time is short, but you still want something warm and nourishing to start the day. You don't need to stand at the stove, and you won't end up with a sink full of dishes. All you need is a small, microwave-safe glass jar or bowl, something simple that most of us already have at home. Begin by cracking 1 or 2 eggs directly into the jar. There's no need for a separate bowl. Next, add a spoonful of mayonnaise. This step may surprise you, but it's the secret to keeping the eggs soft and tender. The mayonnaise adds a gentle richness and a bit of acidity, which helps the eggs cook evenly in the microwave without becoming dry or rubbery. After that, sprinkle in a small handful of grated cheese. Choose a mild cheese you enjoy, such as cheddar or mozzarella. The cheese melts into the eggs as they cook, adding flavor and making the omelet more satisfying without feeling heavy. If you like, you can add a pinch of salt or pepper, but it's perfectly fine to keep it very simple. Once everything is in the jar, close the lid and give it a good shake. This mixes the eggs evenly and saves you from washing a whisk or fork. Then, remove the lid and place the jar in the microwave. Cook on medium power for about 2 minutes, stopping once halfway through to gently stir if needed. In just a short time, you'll have a warm, fluffy omelet that's perfectly portioned and easy to eat. Best of all, there's no pan to clean. Just rinse the jar, and you're done. It's a small change that can make busy mornings feel calmer and much more manageable. Next, let me share a gentle way to make a perfect sunny-side-up egg using a cold pan. A method that surprises many people but gives very reliable results. Most of us were taught to heat the pan first and then crack in the egg. The problem with that approach is that the bottom often cooks too fast. The white turns crispy or burnt while the top stays undercooked, and the yolk can heat unevenly. Starting with a cold pan helps avoid all of that. Begin by placing a clean, non-stick pan on the stove while it is still cold. Add a small amount of butter or oil and let it sit in the pan without turning on the heat yet. Next, crack your egg into a small bowl. This gives you more control and helps keep the yolk intact. Now comes an important step. Gently separate the white from the yolk. Pour the egg white into the cold pan first, spreading it out slightly so it cooks evenly. Then carefully place the yolk right in the center of the white. Once the egg is in the pan, turn the heat on to low, slow. Gentle heat is the key here. As the pan warms up, the white begins to set gradually from the bottom up. Because the heat is low, the white cooks through without browning or forming a hard crust at the bottom. Take your time and be patient. You'll notice the white turning opaque and firm, while the yolk stays bright, soft, and runny. If you like, you can cover the pan loosely with a lid for the last minute to help the top of the white finish cooking without touching the yolk. The result is a sunny-side-up egg with smooth, tender whites and a perfectly flowing yolk. It looks beautiful on the plate and feels lighter and more enjoyable to eat, especially when you want a simple, comforting meal done just right. Now let me show you a clean and reliable way to poach an egg using a sieve and steam, a method that keeps the egg neat, round, and very easy to succeed with. Poaching eggs can feel intimidating, especially when the whites spread out into the water and create a cloudy mess. This method solves that problem in a very simple way, without swirling water or adding vinegar. Start by bringing a pot of water to a gentle boil. Then reduce the heat so it's just simmering. Place a fine mesh sieve over the pot, making sure it sits securely and does not touch the water. Crack one egg directly into the sieve. Right away, you'll notice something helpful happen. The loose, watery part of the egg white drains through the sieve, leaving behind the thicker white and the yolk. This step alone makes a big difference. By removing the excess liquid white, the egg stays compact and holds its shape beautifully when cooked. There's no need to rush. Let the egg rest in the sieve for a few seconds until most of the thin white has drained away. Next, cover the pot with a lid. The gentle steam rising from the water will cook the egg evenly from all sides. Keep the heat low and let it steam for about 2 minutes, depending on how soft you like the yolk. During this time, the white sets smoothly around the yolk, without breaking or spreading. When the time is up, carefully lift the sieve and slide the egg onto a plate. What you'll see is a clean, round poached egg with a smooth surface and a soft, flowing yolk inside. There's no ragged white, no floating bits in the water, and no stress. This is a wonderfully tidy way to poach eggs, especially if you're cooking for yourself or guests and want consistent, attractive results with very little effort. I'd like to finish with a simple steamed egg dish that's surprisingly delicious, bringing a fresh, cozy feeling and is incredibly easy to make at home. This method doesn't require frying or complicated steps, yet the flavor is still rich and comforting. First, prepare the seasoning. Take a heat-safe bowl and add a little oyster sauce, a bit of soy sauce, and a small amount of cooking oil. These 3 ingredients create a gentle balance of savory flavor that brings out the egg's natural sweetness without overpowering it. You can always adjust the seasonings to suit your own taste and the flavor you're hoping for. Next, add some finely chopped green onions and mix everything together well. Now, crack the eggs directly into this seasoned mixture. Using a fork, gently stir around the egg whites so they lightly blend with the sauce, being careful not to break the yolks. This gentle mixing helps the eggs absorb flavor while keeping a beautiful texture. Once the eggs are ready, place the bowl into a steamer. Make sure the water is already boiling. Then cover with a lid and steam over medium heat for about 10 minutes. During this time, the eggs will slowly set, soaking up the seasoning while staying soft and tender. When the steaming time is up, carefully remove the bowl from the steamer. You'll see a lovely steamed egg with a smooth surface and a slight jiggle in the center. The flavor is savory yet mild, and the texture is soft and creamy, almost like a custard. This dish is very easy to eat and much lighter than fried eggs, making it perfect for a simple meal or a gentle, comforting dinner. Before we finish today, I just want to remind you that sometimes the best meals come from the simplest changes. Eggs don't need to be complicated to be delicious or nourishing. By choosing gentler cooking methods, you can make dishes